you loud in my face. People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use a can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, did crazy, I get 80 a show.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Now
on 2nd down, this is Gurley. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Go. Get in the weight room. Switch. Hey. High 7.
3rd and long. It's gone. They got a man. It's Woods. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
49, check 49. Hey, kill. Bang, 6-6, pull it high.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the others, you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5.
Super 66. Bravo. 51's the mic, boy. 51. You're not.
Here's Gall. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 13-yard line.
Yellow. There's your line. We got it. Hey. Yellow. Go.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Corey Littleton, Pro Bowler for the first time a season ago, in to make the tackle.
At the 17-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman. 3rd down here.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Gurley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. Now Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Gone. This one complete to Smallwood. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
Who goes to that? 180. Yo. Now you won.
Here's Gurley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Let's go, D. 51 the mic. 51 the mic. Watch the pass.
Now it's gone. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Let's see what you got. Watch the safety creep. 58, come on. 58. Color. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes going to throw. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. The 30. 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Brashad Perriman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They try right side here. Gurley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there and also a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the Bucs 31-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Goff now to throw. Steps away. He'll fire one end zone for... And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. His second touchdown on the season. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and
And he's into the clear. 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going?
Go.
From the 27, Goff. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They run. It's Gurley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Black 20. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
First down, a run with Smallwood. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Smallwood. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Tackled by Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Brings up third down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul, able to record his 5th sack of the season. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now we see a man who got a workout in last year's Super Bowl, Johnny Hekker, on to punt for the Rams, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you miate be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Everyone got 4 out. Check 24. Check 24.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Check.
15.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's caught. Jones. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Yellow. There's a wire, right?
Too low. Top.
Yellow.
Smoke. Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic. You're right.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Flushed out right. It's caught. It's Miller. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Yellow. There's a wire, right?
Let him know. Let him know.
15.
Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Right side.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, here's Goff. He's going to fire one deep. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ron Parker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mahomes now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Mahomes now on first down. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And his throw here is incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Brashad Perriman, 77 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Shell. 22 jet bomber.
I'm coming after you. 36.
12.
Here's Smallwood. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
He's checking.
Going right back to Smallwood. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Mike 51.
Now Goff on first down. This one complete to Smallwood. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Gurley. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
76, tell him. 76.
Check 43.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3. But it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Todd Gurley unable to get it past the line. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Dante Fowler just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
On the stop was Aaron Donald. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
To throw, it's Mahomes, escaping the pressure, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Buccaneers 28, Rams 10.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it.
That's caught inside the 20. Goff finding Cooks on a big play, and even 60 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
51. Let's go. Smooth.
From the red zone now, Goff. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Rams take over first and 10. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Go!
Goff on first down. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
2 for 1.
51 the mark, boy. 51. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hey, Zoo.
From the gun, here's Goff. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Go. 180.
Hey, tight. Watch time. Tight and right. 3 down.
Hey, let's go.
Check.
Go, ground.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 3rd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Mike 51, Mike.
Hey, 5.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
51 the mic, boy. 51. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get up.
Orange.
Get off the field.
Hey, Foxtrot.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
52's the mic.
57 color.
Check. 52's the mic.
Yellow.
52's the mic. Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That is caught. It's Perriman. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
That's right, Charlie.
Hey, let's go.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, go ahead and throw the Bowl, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 28 yards.
Hey.
Four down.
Yellow. Six guys. Attack.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Attack!
Scene 6.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Being chased out left. It's caught. It's Miller. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Buccaneers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.